to sin. And things like loneliness, things like rejection and neglection, and those things, the long term, those chronic pain can lead us to sin. Sometimes we are trying to numb that part of ourselves. Sometimes we are trying to avoid that. The things or the ways how we avoid that pain, we can be, eternally busy. I'm doing one thing to other, one thing to the other, one thing to the other. Even my prayer life is so busy. I do pray a lot of things, rosary and litany prayers and this and that. I'm trying to keep myself busy. In that way, I'm avoiding the reality of pain and the suffering. And maybe you are having a little bit of extra glass of wine or your alcohol just to numb that pain, just to numb that reality, just to numb the situation, financial situation that you're going through, just to that relationship issue that you're going through. You're trying to numb through alcohol. Or there are certain other addictions, substance, pornography, and eating and shopping, and you try to distract yourself and to avoid yourself from the pain by doing those things. And therefore, the suffering and the pain can lead to sin. It is there. So, if you look at Jesus, the time of Jesus, the Greco-Roman world, the greatest suffering a person can go through by dying on a cross. Let me explain why is that. All right? It's not just about Jesus on the cross in physical suffering. Yes, he's really excruciating pain. He's on the cross, he's slowly bleeding, and through that bleeding, he's becoming unconscious and he's eventually died. That's the physical part of that. And not only that, before that, he was scourged. And that physical pain. And the second type, which is the psychological pain. Do you remember what happened to Peter? He denied Jesus. He denied Jesus 3 times. And Jesus thought, he's my best mate. He's my best friend, and I'm going to give whole my mission to him, and he will look after the church. And he's saying, I don't know you. I don't know who's that guy. I don't know. It's like your best friends, your family, and your loved circle denying you, betraying you, rejecting you, neglecting you. The same happened to Jesus. Can you imagine that psychological pain that Jesus went through? Also, he went through the most humiliating pain as well. In a Greco-Roman world, the first century, only the slaves went to the cross. If you're a Roman citizen, you have a different type of suffering or different type of punishment. But only the slaves take the place on a cross to die on a cross. And what the Roman world, the Roman leaders, the political leaders trying to tell, if someone is uprising against the leaders in the society, and they are humiliating them by carrying the cross and dying on the cross, it's like you are going to the Kashurna Square and you stand naked before other people. And you are humiliated. And you are humiliated and you are in a great suffering. And towards the end of Jesus, that hours on earth, he was saying, Father, Father, why have you abandoned me? Where are you, God? And if you can take away this cup away from me, I don't want to carry this anymore. But not my will, but your will be done. And that's that existentialism, existential pain that he's carrying within himself. He asking, where's my purpose? Is this what you send me for to the world? He's asking from the Father. I'm not sure how he's going to fulfill your will. And I'm in a pain, I'm in agony, I'm in a suffering. And that's the pain Jesus carried. But the good news is what I want to share with you today, very especially through that pain. He wrapped all the sin, all the suffering, all the pain of the whole humanity, not just the people lived around him, the people before him, and also the people after, which is us. He wrapped all the pain of the humanity. He wrapped the disorder came through Adam and Eve, their disobedience. And he wrapped all that. He wrapped that death and the suffering and the pain. And he said, I'm going to wrap all these things and I'm going to take it to myself. And I'm going to go to cross and die for whole humanity's pain and suffering and death. Whatever the sin occurs to us, whatever the sin bring it to our life. And I'm going to die for that on a cross. And by doing that, you don't have to suffer anymore. You and I don't have to suffer anymore because of what Jesus did on the cross. I would love to explain more deeply that what I just said to you. I think this Mass time is not enough for me to explain that part. But the good news is Jesus already died on the cross for our sins. My invitation is this week. My invitation is for you this time. In your life, what is your most painful thing? What is your suffering in your life? And bring that forth. Listen to this, what happened in the first reading today. And Moses and the people who are God's favored people, Israel people, and he brought back to the promised land, journeying towards the promised land. And they just came out from the slavery. And they started to complain, why have you brought to us here? We are in pain now. And then serpent came and started to bite everyone. Those who bitten by the serpent will die. And God commanded Moses to make a bronze snake. The problem itself is snake, but God is asking to create a bronze snake. And whoever bitten by the snake and look into the snake will be saved, have life. So my invitation is the very thing that you struggle right now today, the answer also in it. As God asked us to look at the serpent, Moses to look at the serpent, the same way I'm inviting you to look into your sinfulness. Whatever the thing you're struggling with, your fear, rejection, and loneliness, and your addictions, alcoholism, or relationship issues, and whatever the thing that you are carrying as a pain or sickness, look into that. Look into that. Look closely. And sometimes when we fall into sin because of the shame, we rush to confession, which is good. But look inside that, what's happening in me? Why I fall into this again and again and again? What's going on inside me? And that has the power to seeing has the power to dismantle the power of the shame, power of the sin, disempower the sin. And by looking at that,